Mm. Okay. Is it a chicken? Because if it is, I'm very late.
There you go.
There's more? I can't eat all this.
Don't sweat it, Chairman. Us young folks can handle this chow.
Oh, definitely. My stomach's a bottomless pit. Bon appetit.
Hell yeah!
We got so focused on our food that we forgot to actually discuss anything. Oh, it is damn good.
Yeah. We have to get down to business. Guess I'm kicking us off. This is Kume-kun, leader of Bleach Japan's Yokohama branch. He's going to run for this district's representative seat in the next election. Now, what you gotta understand about this kid is he's just step one of Ryo Aoki's scheme to turn Ijincho into his personal political machine.
Xiao's correct. Kume is just one step. Aoki's other steps include a huge number of Bleach Japan candidates all over the country.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
And the dam is broken. There's no stopping it now. Governor Aoki's too popular. There's no one who can stand up to him.
So you think Kume's win is a done deal, Chairman Hoshino?
Pretty much. Kume has Aoki's broad public adoration at his back. Throwing Aoki's fundraising and media savviness. Kume's got a very real shot at this.
I'd say so. He wants Ijincho so bad, it's gotten personal for him. Since it was Ogikubo's kingdom before, seizing it makes Aoki the new heir apparent. That's gotta be what he's thinking.
Yes. I'd venture to say that even if the Citizens' Liberal Party wins every other district, he won't be satisfied unless he wins this one. He's gonna throw everything he's got at this contest.
Definitely.
Well, I'm not gonna roll over and just take it. Anybody with me?
With you on what?
I'm taking this dude down a peg. I'm sick of getting our asses kicked.
We all are. But
We can't just let him win. We need to do something. I mean, Bleach Japan is in bed with the Omi Alliance. Isn't that fucked up? It's, you know, hypocritical. They go around preaching about how gray zones need to go, acting like they're heroes or something. Meanwhile, they team up with gangsters to take over Japan, and everyone just claps for them?
Thing is, Kasuga, these gangsters have a governor on their side. They're untouchable.
Are you guys
No, they're
even
not.
hearing yourselves right now? What's gotten into you? The Ijin 3 used to protect the weak and vulnerable in this town. Granted, you did it by running a huge scam, so I'm not gonna give you too much credit. But after everything the city's given you, don't you feel like you owe something to it? Look, I know none of you guys did what you did just for the money. Ogikubo was the one raking in all the dirty riches. You guys wanted to stop a war from destroying this town. And if you don't stand up now, you're basically abandoning the Ijin 3's purpose. It's a disgrace.
you sure you want to finish that thought?
Yeah, dial it down, or I'll set you straight.
Well, I, for one, agree with him.
You do?
Plus point.
Everything you said is true. We all lived in the gray zones, and sure, that ain't something to be proud of. But at least we could be proud of putting food on the tables of our men and their families. You're with me on that, at least, right, Songhui? If we roll over, we will be throwing away everything we've ever worked for.
Zhao,
No, it's true. And remember, I left the Liumeng in your hands. I trusted you to consider what my men need. This is shaping up to be your first job as their new boss. Come on, Songhui.
damn it. Fine.
Chairman Hoshino, you got any wisdom of your own to lend us?
Well, I do understand the need to be fair to the city. I'll help. And to think, I only came here for the food. Didn't expect to get roped into some noble last stand.
You know what they say. There's no such thing as a free lunch.
True that. Now let's go take care of Kume.
I have to admit, I will enjoy knocking that little punk off his pedestal. So what's our move?
Good question. We need to strike, but how?
Don't you think it's obvious?
No? What?
We need to ruin the young master's reputation.
Meaning?
We gotta make sure Kume loses the election.
How do you propose we do that?
That part I hadn't really figured out. But once we do, it'll be like kicking Aoki right in the face.
I don't see how it's feasible.
I mean, we could maim him. If he's too injured, he'd have to pull out of the race, and then...
You wanna kill him?
Well, only if he resists.
We can't do that. If he dies, they'll just replace him with some other tool. I'm sure they've got backup candidates waiting in the wings.
It could be.
Hey, winning. That's how we do it. We just win it ourselves.
Shit, what the fuck?
Huh?
The fuck is that?
We win the election with our own candidate. Put someone up who can get more votes than Kume. There's gotta be someone out there who can do it.
It will be another
Yes,
mini game.
probably.
What?
But how do we figure out who this someone is? We're not political consultants.
Well, we should remember the votes for Kume aren't really for him in the first place. They're votes for Aoki.
Good point. Can you think of anyone who fits the bill, Chairman Hoshino?
Unfortunately, I can't say I do. Ogi Kubo was an incumbent here for many years, but no opponents who posed any real threat. The only people who ever ran against him just did so as a formality.
Hey, you seem to know a lot about it. Why don't you run?
Excuse me?
Yeah, people know who you are. You've got charisma.
No Yakuza's gonna win an election, even in the Jincho. If he did, I'd consider the world doomed.
Seriously.
But I could try to recruit someone who would have a chance in the race.
That's a start.
I hope you're not expecting me to shoulder this burden alone, though.
What do you mean?
Elections cost money. A lot of money.
How
If I
much?
find a candidate, who's footing the bill for the campaign?
Me?
Mm-mm.
I
I'll
run
tell
a
you right
much
now, my people
business.
don't have a single yen to spare.
Right, so, how much is it exactly?
I'm willing to chip in some myself, but I'll need an additional 3 million yen cash just to register.
Easy.
3 million? You need that much?
At a minimum. If you can't scrape that amount together, this plan is dead in the water.
Not
I hate to
as
say
not
it, but
so
he's right.
big.
Can you do it, Kasuga-kun?
Of course, I will. Okay. Huh. I think maybe they're show us some additional way to get money. By the way, what the fuck is that? Here should be something interesting. That's like the last part of that which I didn't come in. Maybe we could try to do some dungeons, and only then we get more money. I don't know, but we should try. Okay, first of all,
I really want some new clothes. Maybe I'll splurge and buy some.
Aw, I like what you have on now, Sajan. That stuff not enough?
Oh, I really like this outfit, but nothing makes you feel more refreshed than a new look, right? Don't you ever feel that way, Nanshan?
Oh, sure, I get that. Whenever I want to change things up, I pick up some new cardboard and rebuild the house.
Oh, yeah. That would be pretty refreshing.
I mean, technically, yes, but no, not at all.
Ah,
Should I open it? Sweet!
problem is nobody
Should
used
I
the
open it?
katana from
Got it.
our party. Let's check. Not bad, not bad.
Should I open it? Sweet!
But what this guy wants? Oh yeah, I forgot. But we couldn't do this. Okay. I was thinking maybe I could increase reputation, but nah. Because the quest is right here. Yeah.
Hey, hold on, Ichiban. What's all this about going to Osaka?
Turns out Arakawa-san needs some help. My help. Mitsu just called me and said Arakawa-san's already on his way to Sotenbori.
But why Osaka?
I don't know. I didn't bother to ask.
You realize Sotenbori is where the Omi Alliance is headquartered. You'll be screwed if your cover gets blown. Think about that, would you?
All I need to think about is that Arakawa-san said he needs me. He's going to Osaka, so I'm going to Osaka.
He may
I
be
don't care what
just
anyone says
somebody
about it.
trying to
He
fool you.
gets like this, Tadachi-san.
Then there's no point stopping him, is there? Loyalty is admirable. Jeez.
Ichiban, what about Ijincho? The election's coming up. We helped you make all that money to fight Ryo Aoki. Now you're just gonna leave us hanging?
Not at all. We got the 3 million yen we needed. And I'm gonna go give it to the Seiryu clan right now.
We may have the money, but that hasn't solved our lack of a candidate. Certainly a necessary element of the plan.
Didn't Chairman Hoshino say he'd take care of it? Don't worry. He's the kind of guy who keeps his word. If we give him the cash, he'll do the rest.
If you say so.
Okay.
Safe travels then.
Hey, don't encourage him to do such dangerous things. Kasuga, if you really are leaving, we're coming with you.
Sounds good to me. I've never been to Osaka.
Guys, I'm not going there as a tourist. I'm going straight into the Lion's Den. Assuming Adachi-san is right,
Yep.
and that's where the Yomi home base is. You guys don't need to get involved. This is personal for me.
Come on, man. After all we've been through, aren't we friends?
Of course. I'm saying this because we're friends. If something happens to me out there, you gotta finish what we started.
Still sounds like a load of crap to me.
For sure.
Well, think what you want. But we got the 3 million yen, and I'm taking it to Hoshino. I'll see all of you around.
Interesting. Is it real at first? No, it's not, of course. But. If we get all of that, that means. Yeah, we could basically just increase reputation with each of them. And only then come to the mission. Shit. Not that. That's a better one. Okay. It should be enough. I am planning to do it for each of them, because at least as I read it, the Nanba, we should get him to bond level 4 at least, and this guy Zhao at least level 3. Yeah, of course, it's not just for this capture, but... Oh. What the heck I just give? Okay. What about that? Nice. And the last one. Shit. It's so cringe, but it's so adorable. Okay. And the last one. Okay. Now let's finish all of them.
Yo, Sajan.
Oh, Ichiban. Perfect timing. Listen to this.
What's up?
She's finally break up with
Is it
her
about Nanoha?
boyfriend.
Yeah. I worked up the courage to call her and asked if she'd been caught up with any bad guys lately.
And how'd that go?
Well...
Not good, huh? Gotta say, I wouldn't have started with the bad guys line.
I just couldn't find the right thing to say.
Yeah, I know it's hard. But all that matters is getting Nanoha away from that dirtbag.
I don't know. We'd been apart for so many years, I was probably way out of line to tell her to break up with her boyfriend. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't even take my calls if she knew I'd been checking up on her this entire time. But at least she still doesn't realize I know about her being employed at a soapland. She can never find out, not ever. I'll pretend not to know for the rest of our lives if I have to. But how do I help her without letting on what I know? If I
Why
do
it's
nothing,
so
Katsuragawa
hard
might
to just
bankrupt her,
say
and
it?
she'll end up right back at the soapland. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I'm freaking out!
Wish I could help. Well, how about some herbal tea?
Herbal tea? I need a drink! Something to numb all this anxiety!
Numbing your feelings ain't gonna do shit. What you need right now is to clear your mind and think up a solution. And herbal tea usually helps people clear their mind, right? Jasmine tea especially. Takes the stress right out of you.
Why do you, of all people, know about herbal tea?
I gotta admit, that's just something I read in a magazine once.
Well, it does sound nice.
Yeah? Wanna order
And
some?
if it
No,
will
it's
affect
okay.
at least a little
I'm pretty
bit,
calm
it
now.
will be more
Okay. What
better.
else can we do? There has to be something.
Well, if you really don't think we can convince Nanoha to dump him, I don't know. Wait, we've been looking at this all wrong. We need to get Katsuragawa to stay away from Nanoha, not the other way around.
How are you gonna do that? Beat him up and run him out of town?
If he were the kind of guy to give up just like that, sure. But he probably isn't. Especially now that he knows Nanoha's willing to be his piggy bank. If we screw this up, he might even take her with him when he bails.
I can't let that happen.
I think what we gotta do is crush his pride. Like, get Nanoha to break up with him without shedding a single tear. As if he's nothing to her.
And how do we do that?
It's so obvious, Sachan. Haven't you caught on yet?
To what?
You pretend to be Nanoha and break up with them. Use the twin angle to your advantage. Yeah. March in and tell Katsuragawa you never want to see him again. I'll stand there and look intimidating while you
so
give him
easy,
the boot.
because
That'll have
the
him running.
boy
I see.
using a woman,
That
not
might actually work.
vice
Let's
versa.
do it. All we need is to find out where Katsuragawa's hanging out. Your employees could probably do that, right?
No problem. I'll tell the girls to start looking for him right away.
Great. We wait for their word, and we move in for the kill. It'll go fine. I'll be right there with you to make sure he doesn't give you trouble.
It's a date. Good thinking today, Ichiban. I'll go tell the girls to start asking around.
Okay.
She and her sister are a handful. And it feels like we're finally gonna wrap this up.
Yep. As a dealer, okay. Okay.
Yo, Jungi Han. If you're here drinking by yourself, I might as well join you.
Is that so? Well, I have no reason to tell you no. Do as you like. By the way, Kasuga-san, there's something I should tell you.
What's up?
I was contacted by someone in the Komijuru. I've been told a group of people have been looking into me as of late. They seem to have learned that Jungi Han is somewhere in Ijincho.
No fooling. What's that all about?
No, we don't have much to go on at the moment. Nonetheless, we verified suspicious activity in my wake. That said, if they come seeking hostility, you and the others may be dragged into it along with me.
The A answer is really that.
You know I don't mind getting dragged into your bullshit. We're tight.
That's precisely why I don't want to trouble you.
Don't be stupid. What's a friend for if you can't cause him some trouble every now and then? I welcome it with open arms, in fact. I can handle whatever shady shit you can throw at me.
Such enthusiasm.
That's from
I
Ken's.
can't say I'm not amused.
I get some a big amount of Ken's points.
So, any guess as to who these guys might be?
I can't be 100% certain, but it's highly likely that they're remnants of the Jingon Mafia.
Jingon Mafia? Then, they're basically old allies, right?
It's hard to say. To them, I'm just cannon fodder, impersonating their dead boss. Perhaps they see that as unforgivable, in which case their goal would be to punish me.
Punish?
It's
What?
possible they'd go so far as to kill me.
Then, couldn't we just avoid all this shit by saying you're not Jungi Han anymore?
Maybe so.
It's gotta be weird being another person forever. It's
But the problem is here, the real one.
probably best to just be yourself, right? If I were you, I'd try to get my old name and face back.
A name is one thing. A face, however, it's not something you can change time and time again. Moreover, I'm still waiting for more information on my pursuers. We shouldn't need to take action just yet.
Well, it's your call, so I'm good with that. But won't it be a drag if you get caught with your pants down and you're left wishing you would have been ready?
Right. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Man, you're always playing it so fucking cool. Would it kill you to listen to someone else for once?
I'd ask that you refrain from praise. You'll only embarrass me.
It wasn't a damn compliment.
Yep.
Yo, Adachi-san.
Hey, Kasuga. Thanks for being there during the settlement the other day.
Not a problem. Think of the story we can tell now. You playing a rich guy and me playing your secretary.
I thought it suited us perfectly, to tell the truth. Now, how about I buy you a meal? Hmm? Beef bowl sound good?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah! Let's go to Akuhushimaru. What should I get? The new special looks good, but there's also the old standby.
Come on, when someone's treating you, you gotta go with just a standard beef bowl.
Aw, man, really? Well, at least let me get a large.
I know it.
Adachi-san, isn't that Takashi? Hey, Taka!
Back down, dumbass! If he sees me like this, he's gonna know I'm not rich.
Right. Didn't think about that.
Not to mention, a rich philanthropist and his secretary eating at a dingy little beef bowl joint looks pretty weird. Let's get out of here before Takashi sees us.
What about the beef bowl?
Next time. Hey, that's the con man.
Hasegawa.
Okay,
Mhm.
even though it was a bust, I still think that guy Yamada is a total sucker. We gotta try again. Okay, come on. Just keep the pen pal thing with him going for now, okay?
Okay.
Come on. We'll come up with a better plan. One that'll make us really rich.
You think the two of them could be working together?
What?
Hey! What's going on here, Takashi?
Yamada-san? What are you guys doing here?
Oh, we're getting beef bowls, cause we're broke. Now tell us what you're doing here.
You're broke?
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Yamada Moneybags was fake. I made it all up. I'm just a jobless old fart named Adachi.
Huh?
Surprise. Adachi-san was just pretending to be a high roller, so Takashi wouldn't feel bad taking his money.
And this is your way of showing thanks? By taking everything I've got?
Takashi, if I were you, I'd start apologizing. Adachi-san's not the only one getting pissed off right now.
We're the ones who need an apology. You've been lying about all this money of yours, and now it turns out you're just some bum.
You stay out of this.
No, I'm gonna fuck you up now. Messing with us and stirring up a bunch of shit? You got it coming, man.
Screw this. Time for me to kick your ass. Let's go out front.
What the fuck is going on?
Stand a chance.
Cool.
Don't get caught. I'm up.
How this could be just like think about it. $100K, huh? Shit, that's nice.
God damn.
I'm so sorry.
Do you have any idea what it's been like to be me these past 20 years?
Hey, Kosuke.
Takashi-kun?
I just found this letter in my room. What's this about scraping a bumper and an out-of-court settlement? I don't remember anything about this.
Crap. I can explain.
Dude, did you pretend to be me to squeeze some money out of Yamada-san?
I'm really, really sorry, man.
Hang on a sec, you two. Let's get this cleared up.
Yeah, seriously. This letter is the one I sent to Takashi, to set a date for the settlement.
And you sent it to Takashi Kasumi, that's me.
Are you serious right now?
Then who's this?
He's my roommate, Kosuke. There was a time when we were both good students striving to become lawyers. Then Kosuke gave up on having a real career and started hanging out with some losers. My guess is they pressured him into impersonating me. He's not the type to stand up to people. Guess he would have made a crap lawyer.
Look, all I did was mention that my roommate had some sweet-ass deal where rich guy sends him money every month. Hasegawa-san's the one who came up with the scam idea. I'm really sorry.
I'd like to apologize as well, Yamada-san. Although, I guess I should just call you Detective Adachi.
What? How did you know who I was?
I've known for a while. Nobody else would have cared about me enough to support me all this time. But you fought for my father's innocence until the very end.
You know about that?
Yes. Even back then, I knew about it.
Well, then let me say now what I should have said then. I'm sorry I didn't save your dad, Takashi.
Please, don't apologize. You've already helped me make sure that nobody else will suffer like my father did. Because I passed the bar exam.
You what?
Yeah.
You kicked that exam's ass?
I did. They announced the results yesterday.
Hot damn! That's great, Takashi! Really, really great!
I owe it all to you. All your help over the years really made a difference.
Now, well, if you ask me, it was worth every yen.
But I don't want to keep leaning on you, so I ask that you let your most recent gift be the last.
Sure, you don't gotta ask me twice. Even though, this time next month I might be a little sad not to help you.
Oh, then just keep sending it. After all, I could argue that you legally obligated yourself to keep doing it once you started.
What?
It's just kidding, that's not real. And I should know. I'm a lawyer.
Looks like Takashi couldn't pull the fast one on you, Adachi-san.
Yeah, just for a second there.
Such a nice ending.
Nice to see a kid achieve something so big. I mean, that's some real leveling up, becoming a lawyer.
Yeah, God, Takashi must have worked his ass off. Ah, he's a good kid, all right.
Adachi-san, I think your kindness is what taught him to be good.
I don't know. Even without my money, I'm sure he would have made his dreams come true one way or another. That's just the kind of guy he is. He'll be a great lawyer. He'll help a lot of people.
I think you're right about that.
Thanks for everything, Kasuga.
Come on, don't get all sentimental on me.
I mean, it's just that, we've gone through some shit together, but in the end, it's, good times.
Yeah.
I'm glad we met each other. I really am.
What a coincidence. I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Nice that the feeling's mutual. How about we celebrate Takashi passing the test with a drink?
Yeah, to great future lawyers and great former detectives.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Mm-hmm. Nice.
You drinking, Namba?
Oh, Ichiban. I'm glad you're here. We need to talk.
We do? Is it something serious?
Look, I need to tell you I'm sorry for lying.
You mean
Oh,
about
yeah,
chasing
yeah.
the counterfeit bill?
Yeah. Think you can forgive me?
Come on, you know we're past that. What's important is your brother got released. All's well that ends well, right? That said, maybe now's a good time to tell me if there's any other holes in your story. You really were a nurse at some point, right?
Well, of course I was a nurse. How else could I have brought you back from the brink of death?
Good point. Then what about the part where you sold hospital meds? Didn't you say that's how you got your nursing license revoked?
Well, that's the short version, but it's more complicated, actually.
What do you mean?
You'll be the first person I've ever told this to, so I hope you plan on sitting for a while.
Yeah, man. I'm all ears.
Back in elementary school, I read about Florence Nightingale. That's when I knew I was meant to be a nurse. Helping the sick, people being grateful for it. It's all I ever wanted in life. But when I finally put on my scrubs, it was different. Endless late shifts, difficult patients, never a word of thanks. Eventually, I just stopped caring. Little by little, I started cutting corners any way I could. I'd pretend not to hear the intercom, and instead, I'd go doze off somewhere. By the time I hit 40, I had no idea why I ever went into the field. But then one day, this new girl named Mizue showed up. And in her introduction, she brought up who else but Nightingale.
Just like you, huh?
We had the same role model, but she still had her spirit. She would rush toward every patient in the ward, never missed a beat. On top of that, she always had the sweetest smile.
So, you had a thing for her.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
She was 23 and a looker, and I was just a middle-aged loser.
Come on, man. You know as well as I do, age is only a number. What you need, my friend, is
And
passion.
cell is
A
only,
healthy heart,
in prison
you know?
is only a cell.
I'd be more likely to have a heart attack thinking like that.
Dude, I'm sure you were crazy passionate about the job back when you got hired.
Maybe I was. Still don't see her point. Whenever I saw her working, I could feel my old self coming back. That young version of me, who used to give it his all.
That's a good sign.
If only I had half her stamina and wasn't twice her age. Anyway, one night I was a little sleepier than usual, so I went out to the back lawn, thinking maybe I could sneak in a nap. And suddenly, I heard a noise from behind. I turned around to find the storeroom we keep the medicine in wide open, and Mizue-chan was walking out alone.
Was she restocking? I mean, if you were slacking off, she was probably having to bust her ass.
Well, that's the thing. In our hospital, only the pharmacists have access to the storeroom. Mizue-chan and I were just nurses. We didn't even need to go
she's
in there.
Then what
Do
was she doing?
something.
Well, at the time, there was a rumor floating around the hospital.
Uh-oh.
Medicine would keep disappearing. The list never matched the inventory. According to the rumors, someone was swiping medicine and selling it. Illegally.
No way. And that was Mizue-chan?
It was. As my eyes adjusted, I could clearly see her arms were full of medicine boxes.
But why would she need to sell medicine?
From what I heard, her parents were under a mountain of debt. So, to lighten some of their load, Mizue-chan was paying everything she could. But a single nurse's salary wouldn't get them out of the hole. No way.
So she was stealing the meds to do it?
Yep. And I was the sole eyewitness. Thing is, Mizue-chan never noticed me there. Now, if it was you, Ichiban, what would you have done?
Well, calling her out on it would seem to be the right thing to do. But I guess she wasn't...
But think about it. Firstly, he could didn't know like anything about her past, but he see the crime, so he have to report it.
Stealing it just to be a criminal, huh?
Not in the slightest. She was only doing it for her family. I mean, yeah, she was breaking the law, but she wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
Plus, getting caught would cost her her job. Then the debt would only have gotten worse. With all that in mind, I'd say it's a pretty tough call to make.
Huh. Now you're on the same page I was. Anyway, in the end, all I could do was watch her walk away without saying a word. If there ever was a criminal who deserved a free pass, it was Mizue-chan. That was what I thought at the time. So I turned a blind eye.
And what happened after that?
It wasn't long before Mizue-chan's actions caught up with her. The hospital director decided to get the police involved and started gathering evidence.
He waited that long to take action?
Well, he was trying to resolve it internally, being that the hospital's reputation was at stake. I guess he got sick of having a thief under his nose, so he escalated it to the next logical step.
But if the cops caught Mizue-chan stealing, that'd be bad news.
She'd have a police record, and her name in all the papers. To be honest, it was only a matter of time. She had her whole life ahead of her.
And
How could that
he
happen to
gets
someone
all
so
her
young?
guilty.
And on the other hand, you've got me. A guy who totally burned out. A guy who couldn't be further from Florence Nightingale. Better a saint like Mizue-chan stay at the hospital than a sack of shit like me, wouldn't you say?
Namba? Are you telling me you...
Yeah. I went up and confessed to the whole thing. Stealing, selling, and all.
And that's how you lost your nursing license?
Yep. No, and I got fired too. Naturally.
Man, you went all out for that girl. Did she ever contact you after that? Even a call or a letter?
Not that I'm aware. In a matter of hours, I was out of a job and out on the streets.
You regret any of it?
Well, my brother disappeared not long after, so even if I didn't get canned, I would have quit on my own anyway. So, no, to answer your question. Though I do have to admit, I would like to see Mizue-chan off when she goes overseas.
She's going overseas?
Yeah. She always dreamed of running off to some developing country where they really need medical professionals.
She took that Nightingale shit seriously.
Our hospital had an international dispatch program, available to staff nurses with at least 3 years tenure. This year would be Mizue-chan's third, and I know she would take advantage of it.
Well, in that case, why not go say farewell?
If only I could. For starters, I don't even know when she leaves.
Maybe if you ask one of your old nurse buddies, they'll tell you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the little rat who stole the medicine, if you forgot that detail. They want nothing to do with me.
Well, hello, boys. Don't worry, the life of the party's here. Care to bring me up to speed?
Oh, Sachan. Wait, are you drunk?
I think you're drunk.
No way.
Now, fill me in, if you please.
Oh, Namba here was going off on one of his hobo horror stories again.
Hobo horror stories?
Well, no house means no toilet, right? Care to guess what he had to do when he had the shits?
Yeah, I'd rather not. And here I was, thinking I'd get actual substance out of two grown men instead of literal crap.
Thanks for covering for me.
I got you, man.
I don't mind if we let Sayoko know at some point, but preferably not when she's plastered.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. And the last one.
Yo, how goes it, Kasuga-kun?
Look at you. You're blending in already, Zhao.
You know it. Turns out drinks taste a lot better without bodyguards watching your every move.
Yeah? So that was the life of the former leader of the Yokohama Lumang.
That shit was dumped on me from the day I was born. Kind of a drag. Growing up knowing you had a fucking script.
Well, the nice thing about alcohol is it tastes better if you complain while you're drinking it.
Oh, sure. Enjoy my childhood trauma. But I guess after all the shit you've been through, you've earned it.
Your dad led the Yokohama Lumang before you, right? What's he doing now?
He died a few years after retiring. Right in his bed. He's lucky he never got shot or stabbed.
Hey, yeah. That's a real achievement for a gang boss.
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
very
He
rarely,
only
as I
managed it
said,
by
as
sleeping
I
with
hear.
one eye open his whole life. No matter how you slice it, it's not a great way to live. I sure as hell didn't want to lead the Liu Meng. But Mabuchi, this shit was always up his alley.
You mean Laoma? What even happened to that guy? I haven't even seen him since we kicked his ass during the whole Omi Alliance thing.
Don't you know what the Yokohama Liu Meng does to traders? They use them as filling that goes inside meat buns.
What? You serious? Right now, Laoma is Baoma?
You're fucking hilarious. But I was kidding. You think I'm the kind of guy who'd do that?
Yeah, I thought it was a joke. Him being your right-hand man and everything. And you're not the kind of guy to turn a brother into a meat bun, no matter what he did.
Appreciate that. I like to think I don't give off that vibe. I did stop short of giving Mabuchi what he deserved, after all the shit he put me through.
What does that mean? Did you kill Mabuchi?
Oh, you're softer than any bun out there. Look at you all worried.
I just don't like the thought of that happening to people.
Even creeps like Mabuchi, who murdered your boss without a second thought.
Even creeps like him. All I wanted was to knock that guy's lights out and hand him to the cops.
But by the time his lights were nice and knocked out, the Omi showed up, and you never saw him again, did you?
You really did kill him, didn't you?
Alright, I'm bored of messing with you. I didn't kill him.
Oh, had a feeling you didn't.
Why is that?
Hard to explain, but I don't get that vibe from you. Not one bit. In fact, it always kind of felt to me like your hard-ass act was just a show for your boys. A front you put on.
Ah, that's a little harsh there, eh, Kasugaku?
Yeah, a little bit.
You don't strike me as the type to lock guys up or torture them either. Especially one of your own, like Mabuchi.
He and I call the same place home. Nothing could make me take his life. But now, Songhui's in charge of the Yokohama Liu Meng. It's up to her to settle things if Mabuchi shows his face again. He's the reason Komiju's a pile of ashes, so I don't think she'll be treating him as nice as I would.
Probably not.
Which is why I gave Mabuchi the heads up and told him to leave Ijincho.
Really? Well, that's taking things into your own hands.
A few of his boys went with him, and I forgave the ones that wanted to stick around. It's a hard reset. Clean slate for everyone. Songhui was good with that.
You two are more generous than I thought.
Mabuchi brought in a lot of cash for us, and he was damn consistent about it. The fact that he kept a bunch of shit hidden from us was an issue, but I could deal.
So you knew about it and you just let it slide?
The guys from my dad's generation were pissed, for sure. Kept saying Mabuchi was breaking sacred laws of the gang. But what did they expect from a sadist in Japan's most famous gray zone? And that he'd have a moral compass or some shit?
That's
Seriously.
How about we toast to Mabuchi, wherever he might be?
Well, he's no friend of mine, but what the hell. If you can cheer to him, I can too.
Now we're talking.
fair. Yep.